So last week we highlighted the plight of the taxi drivers that's plying the route from Port of Spain and Chaguanas from south respectively. As you know, there would have been issued a letter from the mayor from the city corporation stating that they had to be relocated for a 1-month trial which began yesterday. Now the drivers have been saying this is like, as I said in my opening clip, in that particular feature, this has been like a dagger in the heart of their livelihood. However, the mayor is saying it is breathing new life, rather, quite the opposite. Well, they stand to still disagree. It's been day 2, and they are still not satisfied with being down at King's Wharf. On the set with me at this time, we have Mr. Adrian Acosta, the president of Trinidad and Tobago Taxi Drivers Association. Mr. Acosta, how are you doing, sir?
Nice to meet you, sir.
Yes. How are you doing? Good?
I'm good. I'm good. Once God give me the opportunity to get up in the morning and breathe the breath of fresh air, I am good. We all will have all our little challenges.
Well, our mayor said it's a breath of fresh air to in San Fernando, too, you know.
Well, if I really go to say what I have to say, I might be on air. I might be on air.
All right, so let's back it up a bit. Day 1, yesterday, what really went down between you all, well, some of the taxi drivers and the police? What really went down?
Well, we came out, that's the Chaguanas drivers, we came out onto the workplace, our place of work, Chaguanas taxi stand at the top of High Street. When it was about 6 o'clock, police came and told us that we have to vacate our normal taxi stand and go down to the wharf because we received notification before that we will have to relocate, and they are here to enforce the law. And also I spoke to the police. I told them, I said, look, they are sending us down there and there's nothing really, we can do anything that we can do down there because of the fact that nothing has been put in place, nothing proper. All the mayor went down there and do is draw 2 lines and mark one Port of Spain and one San Fernando. No proper toilet facilities. We don't even know where we are going to pass to go down there, our route, so that we can tell the passengers. No kind of consultation was given. So we are at a loss. When the police came out there yesterday too, they were at a loss at what to do. Because at one point...
When it's at a loss, what do you mean at a loss, police officers?
At one time, they were told that the curb stand was supposed to occupy the stand that we had to vacate. We were lost at that point in time too. Because we were asking the question, why it is you are moving us because you are saying we are causing, we are part of the traffic congestion. We are the part of the cause of the traffic congestion, and then you are taking the curb taxi stand and putting them where you moved us out from.
So where's curb right now as of today?
Curb is down on the wharf at this point in time because we started to complain about it.
Oh, so now we have 3?
3 taxi stands down there.
Oh,
right?
Okay, so initially it was 2, now it's 3.
Officially it was 1. At the start it was only Port of Spain was supposed to go down.
Right.
About a week after, we were told that we are now supposed to go down too.
And now curb
is down there. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. From the start, there were no proper consultation. The mayor called us into a meeting about 3 weeks ago, and he told us, he didn't ask us anything. He told us that his vision was to put taxis down on the wharf.
Was that the only meeting you had?
Yes, the only meeting that we had. Until the day that the media come in, which you were there. He had a meeting with some drivers. I wasn't invited to the meeting, right? He had some meeting with some drivers, I think 2 drivers from our taxi stand, Chaguanas, and he had a meeting with about 3 drivers from the Port of Spain stand. I don't know what they went and discussed. He told them he would speak to his people and he would get back to them a little later in the evening. He did get back to them, and the message that he sent for them is that nothing has changed. Everything is green light for Monday.
Now you mentioned, now I'm going to bring to you now some of the arguments raised by the mayor, and we would have shown this several times on the program, but having you on set now, you have a chance to respond again for those who may have missed it. Number 1, in terms of the concerns or the complaints about the safety issue, police officers, 1. 2, the time that the taxi drivers will be there, which will be from, I think it's 6 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., correct?
Yep.
Which would be more or less when it's light out, it's bright, right? And thirdly, he mentioned that they actually have proper facilities in terms of toilet, etc. How do you respond to those 3 points raised by the mayor?
Number 1 was lighting.
Lighting, yes, the time, yeah.
our work on our taxi stand, basically the first vehicle leaves the taxi stand there about 6, let's say 5:30, 6 o'clock, the first vehicle. Some of the guys reach there as early as 2 o'clock in the morning, but don't leave until about 5:45, 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So being on top there in the morning, for that period of time, basically most of it is a waste of time. Right? In the evening period, that work normally closed down about 6:30, 7 o'clock. What happens in the evening is a lot of private vehicles come out in the evening to hustle. Right? And they park up on the cover stand. We have made many reports to the police concerning that. And to this day, only now, we are seeing a little law enforcement presence. But before, there were none. Madness used to go on at the top of High Street there in the evening. Cars parking up on Royal Castle corner, cars parking up on KFC corner. Right? We have said from the start, that is more or less the reason for the traffic congestion, not the taxis. As you know, the Sugar Owners Taxi Stand implemented a system about 2 years now, where we have only space for 9 or 10 cars on the stand, and we have a calling system that nobody will have to come on High Street to park up to wait for a park to cause any congestion. The driver used to go on a side street, park up, and when their turn come, we call him. At one point in time, we had full support from the mayor concerning that proposal that we had.
How has that been working up to recent? How
Great. I think is one of the greatest idea that ever come up in Trinidad and Tobago as far as I'm concerned. Right? We implemented that. Our drivers agreed to it, and it worked well, properly. Right? As I said, at one point in time, the mayor supported us with it. So at this point in time, we do understand where the 360-degree turn come from, just so. And he's now saying that we are part of the traffic congestion on High Street. We are puzzled.
The toilet facilities.
Toilet facilities down there?
It's there. It's a new facility, he's saying. And again,
that's the facility is locked up right now.
It's locked up.
Yes, sir. The facility that the guys are using, they say they have to pay $1 to use it, but it's not in no good condition. It's dilapidated. Right? And what's the next question?
But as a more or less those surrounding those two facilities about safety and so forth, and the police presence.
Police presence, right now, as I said, everything is working right now because the availability of the police is there right now. Without the law enforcement, everything is going to crash, right? And from what we know, in the past where we have been on High Street, that has been lacking. We have been asking for that on a regular basis because of the lawbreakers, right? We are not saying all taxi drivers are angels. They are the ones who give real trouble when they come. And we have told him here that that's a matter for the law enforcement officers. There's nothing that the association can do these drivers, right?
Let's touch on the PH issue one more time, well, in some detail, because we also, I spoke to him as well about that issue concerning PH drivers, and he's making the point, yes, that is an issue that it's countrywide. However, in terms of San Fernando, he's making the point that PH drivers, what he said, that PH drivers, they don't stop for any specific point in time and park up because they're always playing cat and mouse with the police. And they're either on La Peak, right behind La Peak Plaza, the side street there, or as I said, trying to run from the police as the case may be. So they don't have time to park up, whereas a hired taxi, they actually can park. So that's why he's saying that the PH drivers are not really the ones responsible for the traffic problem. Again, your comments.
Well, I'm amazed to hear that kind of comment. You know. As I say, you know, we have been made the scapegoat of all this thing, right? At the end of the day, we taxi drivers, and as I now said, all taxi drivers are not angels. They are the ones who contribute to the traffic congestion.
That is in the minority?
That is in the minority. Okay. Most taxi drivers, as in anything, as the country going, most of the citizens in the country are law-abiding citizens, but they are the ones who give trouble on a daily basis, right? What do we do? What do we do concerning that? That's a issue for the law enforcement. There is nothing that we can do to these drivers, absolutely nothing. I said we have made many complaints to the persons in authority, such as the police, to come and deal with that situation. And, you know, we have not seen anything really happening, right? So they are the ones who contribute to the traffic congestion, but that's not our issue. That's a law enforcement issue. Coming to the PH, it's amazing when I hear these guys talk, because you are finding solutions for the legal entity, right? Put us down in the wharf, free up that space, make traffic. But when it comes to illegal entity, nobody has any solutions for that. They are telling you that's I can't remember the word they're telling you right now, right? But how come you can find solutions for the legal entity and you can't find no solution for the illegal entity, right? Which should be the easiest thing to deal with because they are lawbreakers, right? You are using your vehicle for which is not registered for, right? You are putting the people's life in danger because if something happened to you and the insurance knows that you are using your vehicle for that use, the passengers in the vehicle would not be compensated, right? Because you avoid your insurance, right? It's a $750 fine, I believe, and that's the simplest thing to do. They are now telling you that it's a difficult issue to deal with, right? So they are making an excuse when it comes to illegal entity, but they have all the solution when it comes to the legal entity, and that's amazing to me.
Let me take you now to this text from this viewer, who is with the mayor, and again, I'm inviting, of course, our viewers, so you can send us your text at 360-0105, that's 360-0105, or you can send us a message on our Facebook live stream. Good day, sir. I agree with the mayor of San Fernando with moving those taxi stands. They cause the biggest traffic jam on High Street. If the stand is full, they park up in the road, waiting until a park is available. They quarrel and fight between themselves. They occupy the pavement for walking. The wharf, as the mayor explained, has a lot of child advantages, especially as they are going to do a waterfront. Any form of transportation coming into San Fernando from any direction has easy access to the wharf. Now that's the sort of the icing on the cake statement that the mayor had in terms of his vision. And I'll tell you what he said. He said that what they're trying to do down there is have a transportation hub where you have water taxi, buses, cars, everything in one area for easy access to patrons. How do you respond?
You cannot have a vision to build something and you're taking anything that is supposed to come in last and you're putting it first. If you have a vision, as me, I consider myself a leader amongst you. And if I have a vision, I wouldn't take the things that you're supposed to bring in last and put it first. I will put in the infrastructure first and then bring in what I'm supposed to bring in after. So you are taking the vehicles, you're taking the taxis, the legitimate taxis, and putting them down on the wharf, and you have nothing in place down there for us, right? As far as I'm concerned, down there's a dead zone, and I'll keep saying that. There were taxi stands down there, such as the Point, you see Paria, and the penal Siparia Maxis, and they were moved out of there and carried much into the limelight. You are now taking us and putting us there where you move all the taxis from.
What has been day two? What are the passengers saying? What are their thoughts on all cause? Because I guess you would have gotten a lot of feedback between yesterday and today.
They are saying that's one of the most stupidest moves that they have ever seen, right? Because it inconveniences them. Because if you are coming from Princestown, you have to pay an extra $1 or $2 to reach down there.
You extra.
Yes, sir. Right? Or you drop to the top of High Street where you're custom dropping and you hike it down the road. Right? So it's an inconvenience to the passengers right now. It's an inconvenience to us. Right? Because we have our things structured. If you were going to the bottom of High Street, that would have been an off-route. Now, the off-route is if we are taking you and bringing you to High Street. Right? Because our new route is down Shakan Street to get to the wharf. So if it is that we are bringing our passengers and we are swinging down Shakan Street, that means that they have to drop out there now and walk straight down past St. James Street. Isn't that madness? If rain is falling now, what do we do with the passengers and them now? Do we drop them at the top of Shakan Street and let them walk down? Or we drop them into the city, San Fernando? Right. So you are causing an inconvenience to people because of your brilliant idea. As I said from the start, from this whole venture, there were no proper consultation. That was our problem from the start. No proper consultation. All I said, he called us in that meeting and he said his vision is to put us down on the wharf by the 26th before school open. Right? I told him, I said, look, Mr. Mayor, that might be our vision, but I don't support it because I don't see it working. Right? It won't work too because the lack of law enforcement presence in the city. Right now there are people out there, law enforcement officers outside. We have seen it. And right now it seems to be working very well, pretty well. Right? But one of the problems that we had in the past is that there were no law enforcement outside there. And we hope that when this 2 weeks trial period that they are talking about now finishes, that will still
2
be
weeks or 1 month? Well,
2 weeks. They brought it down to 2 weeks now.
Oh, it's been reduced to 2 weeks?
Yes, it has been. We got another letter stating that it would be a 2 weeks trial period.
Any particular reason why it has been reduced to 2 weeks?
Because a month was too long to think that. Suppose we are under pressure. People have bills to pay and vehicles to pay for. How could you review something in a month when we are under pressure down there? Right? So they brought it down to 2 weeks, and that's what we are saying and all too, right? But the problem that I am having, right? You are saying you are going to review this whole situation in 2 weeks, who is going to review this whole situation in the next 2 weeks? Who is the person that's going to review it? Is it the corporation? If it's the corporation, who is to say that the corporation will bring any negative statements towards their thing? Is that fair to us? Is the corporation going to say that, hey, this thing failed, we have to put back these guys up to the top of the street? Isn't that a negative towards us? We think that there should be an independent body seeing about this and looking at the whole situation to see what is going to go on within the 2 weeks. Because I don't think if you go in for a job interview, that you will interview yourself and say, I'm qualified for the work. That's unfair to me. We should have a separate body looking at the whole situation.
An independent body.
An independent body.
Right.
Right? It's unfair to us because the corporation or the mayor isn't going to say that his project failed. So we are sitting ducks.
Mr. Randy Jim was making that point when we had the interview on the street there that the Port of Spain, where you all were on the promenade, was initially a 3-month trial and ended up being 2 years. And then the mayor said, well, the fact that they're there 2 years though means that it has worked. So
why are you moving us if it has worked? You are contradicting everything you say. You are the mayor that make all the changes in the city before. We complained about certain things, but we allow you to do it. We supported you, right? You moved Marbella and put them by Royal Castle when they were by where Wendy's used to be, right? You moved them and put them, moved Couva and put them on the opposite side of the Shagona stand by the drugstore, right? That whole left side supposed to be empty for the goods trucks to come and pull up and you put a taxi stand there, and now you are putting the blame on us that we are causing traffic. You also put Marbella there. The Marbella stand, most of the time for the day, does be double parking on the road, right? Because the amount of taxis that they have, the taxi stands cannot adequately accommodate them. So when the stand is full, they double park in the road and cause some traffic. But you are saying that it's us that is causing the traffic. So we are puzzled.
Let's take a break. When we come back, you know for a fact that the association that they have been seeking some legal advice. We'll find out more about that when we are discussing this standoff now with taxi drivers applying the route San Fernando, Port of Spain. Well, it's now Port of Spain, Chaguanas, and Curepe, right? You know, very disgruntled about the relocation to King's Wharf. And I know yesterday you have sought some legal counsel where this is concerned. What is, as much as you can dive, what's the feedback so far?
Well, we are still in discussion with our legal advisor, and as I say, I don't want to say too much concerning that. We are still in discussions with our membership concerning our next move, and as I said, we try to go with what the membership say. Okay. All right. So as soon as we get the wording from our legal counsel and our membership, we will chart the way forward with that.
Now I see another text coming in here, right? Good. It was getting some trouble to load a little while. Let me read this other comment that just came in. Good evening, sir. It is sad for the passengers for those areas to have to be at the wharf at all different times. I am so sorry for the taxi drivers of those areas. There needs to be proper communication between the different parties involved. Thank you. So someone here quite the opposite in sympathy to exactly what the plight you all are going through.
We have said from the start, no consultation, right? Simply the fact that yesterday morning when he carried us down on the walk, is because that we also had that problem. The Curepe driver started to take all the Chaguanas passengers and carry them up the road while we were down on the taxi stand waiting for the passengers because Curepe and Tongue pass our destination. Right. So that is a problem we had donkey years now, and it's something that we explained to him in the past. That is why we end up getting to come to the top of High Street. Right?
In front of Curepe.
Yes. Understood. So we could now receive our passengers in a fair manner, right? So if you had had the proper consultation, we would have been able to explain all these things to you. But you wait till Monday morning to try to put things in place. So it's just an ad hoc thing that he's doing. While he's going along, he's trying to fix things, while it is costing us, right? No consultation at all.
Have you tried over the last couple of days to, at least let's say today, to make any attempt to meet with the mayor to try and have another discussion? The mayor from day one does not want to meet with us. He met with us once, and from there he has been talking to the media. All the information that we have been divulging is true what we have been reading in the papers, right? We read in the papers where he said about 2 weeks ago he's going to move the Shagona stand and put the Curepe stand there. We were very, very puzzled when we read that in the papers. So it means he had a plan before. So you cannot come and say Monday morning you made a mistake. That was in the papers. We have that evidence that your plan was to move us out
and bring forth the curb stand. So from the time we read that in the papers, we were very concerned about what we were reading because we were puzzled at what he was doing, right? Because we are saying, if you're moving Port of Spain and Chaguanas, why wasn't the curb stand moving? 2.
What's next for you all moving forward?
As I said, we are seeking legal counsel, and we are also talking to our drivers, our membership concerning what's our next move. We haven't made any concrete plans as yet of what we're going to do, but we are looking forward to something. And I'm saying we're going to, the message to Mr. Righello is that we are going to be keeping him on his toes, right? All the promises that he made, and I hope he gets this message, all the promises that he made, we are going to be holding him to it. We are positive about it, right? He said there's going to be 24-hour police presence outside. He said that he's going to put police down on the wharf to regulate everything. He said that he's going to build shed for the people, to the passengers to shelter. He says he's going to have monthly reviews. He said that he's going to have monthly reviews of everything that is going on, and we are going to hold him to his word. That is what that is the kind of people that we are. We are going to hold you to your word. Right?
Tight. Mr. Acosta, the president of Trinidad and Tobago Taxi Drivers Association, he says they're going to hold him to his word. I don't know how tight they're going to hold that. Yeah, but it's a firm grip. I'm getting the impression. So we're going to meet with the mayor as well to get some feedback from him over the last couple of days, how things have been going. Meet with the people as well, get some feedback from them. What you're seeing here, again, based on these 2 comments, 1 for, 1 against. But we want to meet with the passengers on the street, and we want to hear for ourselves how they are truly feeling about this new relocation to King's Wharf in San Fernando.